Well, hello there. My name is Mark Miles, and I love helping trainers, presenters, facilitators really take their results to the next level. And in today's trainer tip video, I want to cover a topic which is a little bit contrarian, but it's the topic of boredom. You see, my belief is if you know the formula to create boredom, then you can obviously do the opposite, which is ultimately what we all want to do as great trainers and facilitators. Now, when we actually unpack what leads to boredom, what creates boredom, and why someone may fall into the boredom state, we can really become quite empowered as trainers and facilitators because we can make new decisions. You see, I have a belief that whether your learners are engaged or not is up to you. And essentially, when you walk into a training room, you are making an unconscious or conscious decision saying, I'm going to make my session engaging or I'm going to make it boring. And essentially, when we understand the science of boredom, so to speak, we can really make some really great shifts to how we deliver and get great results as a result of doing a few different tweaks and a few different shifts in what we do and how we do it. So, if you're ready, grab a pen and get ready to write because I want to cover the formula to create boredom. All right. So, there's two aspects to boredom. Number one, is essentially irrelevant information. Irrelevant information plus number two is over predictability, overly predictable delivery. So let's unpack the first part. We've got irrelevant information. You see, if you speak to someone and you provide information to them and they cannot see a personal connection, personal relevance, or how they're going to need the information, use the information, or how it's going to benefit them going forward, then it's probably going to go in one ear, out the other, or they're not even going to be listening at all. So you really need to, as a facilitator and trainer, be looking at your content and constantly building relevance for your audience and coming up with stories, statistics, and also lists of benefits and lists of consequences of knowing the information, not knowing the information. And that is a huge part of building engagement with your learners and constantly asking them questions and getting people focused on how the information is going to benefit them going forward. You also need to really contextualize it and make it relevant for that audience and how it's going to impact them specifically. Now, the second part, which is even more important or even more impactful in the area of creating non boredom, so to speak, is that of overly predictable delivery. You see, what we often find is that if the mind can predict what's going to happen next, the brain actually shuts down. And if you want to actually engage your audience, you need to be looking at ways to get people staying alert and wondering what's going to happen next. And in the state of wonder and anticipation, it is very unlikely that someone's going to fall into boredom, so to speak. So, my suggestion, my tip, is to be looking to create change as regularly as you can. Now, what we mean by that in practice is if you are going to deliver some content, think about all the different ways that you could deliver that. And my motto is never do the same activity the same way twice. And also, never do an activity the same way you just did the last one. So, for example, if you've just done individual work, great. Next, do pair work. Next, do group work. Next, get people working with different people. Next, do something else. Next, do something else. Next, do something else. And it's the constant change that keeps people engaged and fully attentive to the process. You see, amateurs, when they first start out training and workshop facilitating, they're going to be doing one mode of delivery. They're going to be doing lots of discussion or lots of PowerPoint or lots of pair work. But the art and the science of great training to create great engagement all comes back to the change and the regular shift and the adjustments that you can make in how you deliver the information along the way in your session. Okay. So ultimately, if you want to bore people, all you need to do is present them information in a way that's not going to be relevant for them. And then you need to do it in a very predictable way so that they know how it's going to happen. All right. Very simple things like, okay, what do you think? 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 And going around in the same order in your class is an example of being overly predictable. Any way that your audience can predict what's going to happen next is going to lead to slight boredom. So you've got to be one step ahead of your audience as much as possible, and as just like to a degree that they cannot predict how it's going to happen next. And they are going to be excited. They're going to be enjoying your session because they're going to feel like it's an adventure and time is just passing by and they're not even noticing. All right. So if you want to bore your audience, great, go for it. But I hope you will make the better decision and make the decision to present information that's really relevant, and you make a conscious effort for them to show them how it's relevant, and you deliver it in a way that's going to be unpredictable and an exciting adventure for them. All right, folks, thanks for watching the video, and go out there, keep sharing your message, and know that if you got a gift, go out there, keep sharing it. And training is the best way to definitely impact audiences. And we always want to do it the best way that we can. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now. Oh, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye for now.